Yeah, sometimes people ask me how much I get tapped, and I do get tapped like probably once a week by, it's always lower belts, because I like to mess around. And sometimes they think that, like, not students of ours, but like sometimes we get like people that visit for a bit or whatever, and I'm like messing around, and they happen to catch me. Like, I've had it before where they think that it was legit, and I'm like I could be, I crush you every single round. I was like just messing around this round, but it doesn't hurt my ego too much. But it just happened before. It was kind of just a little bit annoying. It's like, bro, like, yeah, I don't know. It can be annoying.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know what people want. Like, I'm pretty lucky. Like with this podcast, we get a few people who are like fans of the channel in town will drop in for like an open mat. And I had one person I rolled with, and like, if you're a blue belt and you come in from another gym, I'm going to play around with you, man. Like, I'm going to have a really good time. I'm going to try to do some ridiculous things. Like, I might try and Boston crab you, for instance, because why not? I want to try it. It sounds like fun. And we'll have a fun, playful round. I had one guy tell one of my members, like, oh, yeah, like, Joey didn't beat me that bad. Like, I did really good against him. And I was like, the guy told me, like, the next round I was grabbing a drink. He's like, hey, that guy said he did really good against you. I was like, I was fucking around with him. Like, all right, buddy, we're going to roll again now. Like, you're going to learn a lesson today. It's going to be an unfortunate lesson. That guy hasn't come back to the gym. Whoops.
Yeah, those are fighting words. That's the worst thing you can say to someone.
I'm sure you feel the same way, where like, it's almost disrespectful. Like, unless this is a tournament, I'm not trying to win. Like, if you want to put money on the line in the gym, like, okay, we'll roll to the death if you're putting money on the line. But other than that, like, I'm usually trying to have fun, or most likely I'm trying to work on my own game. It's a big thing. I'm sure, Mike, you've felt this before. And I have a lot of blue belts who'll tell me like things like, I feel like I'm getting worse in the gym. Yeah. And I go, okay, what are your best moves? And maybe they go, oh, I'm really good at playing guard. Like, I'm a guard player. I like to go for triangles and stuff. And I go, okay, what have you been working on the last 3 weeks in the gym? And they're like, oh, I'm working on trying to pass and take people's backs. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. You feel like you're getting worse. You're working on something you're worse at. Like, the results are going to be worse because you are bad at this thing. That's like having someone who's like, I don't know, a mechanic be like, yeah, I feel like I'm getting worse at my job. I'm like, oh, are you still working on cars? And like, oh no, I tried to build an airplane. It's like, yeah, no shit, that's not going to go well. You don't know how to do that. You're learning a new skill. It's not going to feel good. Like, it's all jiu-jitsu, but it's different. It's different stuff. So like, everyone, like black belts included, we have things we're not great at compared to the other things we do. I mean, I'm ranting for a long time here, but like, my game's a really good example. I have very good leg locks. I'm not particularly amazing at triangles and arm bars. Now, I'm really good at triangles and arm bars compared to white and blue belts, but compared to the rest of my game, that's just not what I'm best at. So when I'm working on that, yeah, I'm going to have less success because this isn't what I'm best at doing.
Yeah, but maybe that's because you prioritize controlling the shoulder instead of the wrist.
Yeah, I think I just don't like them. I got short, stubby legs. Anyone who's met me, I have like gnome-shaped legs. Like, I'm built like a corgi, so my body, like, there's certain moves that I just have a hard fucking time with, man. I just can't do it.
Yeah, for me, like when we get visitors and it's their first time, I'll never like mess around for the most part. Like, I want to like impress them, and not like because I'm super egotistical, but I don't know. I guess a little bit I am. Like, that's what I get dopamine from. Like, I like, doing cool things and impressing people. Like, that's one thing I love about YouTube, is because like they get to see how hard I work on the content and like be impressed by it. And that's just reality, So like, I don't know. When new people come in, I always try to, beat them up good, but very gently, like where it feels like I'm not trying. Like, that's always my goal. Always. It's like, they feel like they got the shit beat out of them, but like so like calmly, and everything they did was like a mistake, and like there was no like lots of pressure, or any pain or anything like that. But I want to submit them like 6 or 7 times in a round, where they feel like I'm not even trying. And yeah, maybe that's egotistical, like I said, but that's just the way I am, I guess.
When people come in from other gyms, I find that about 90% of the time they're trying to take my fucking head right off my body, and about 10% of the time. Excuse me, about 10% of the time, because I go in with like a real gentle, slow, and let's feel each other out kind of thing. And they're, trying to fucking win gold or something. But 10% of the time they're they're matching my slow and, flowy kind of pace. Cause I don't want some guy to come in from a gym and say, oh, Mike just tried to tear my fucking head off. But they do that to me all the time. But as soon as that mode kicks in, then it's game on. And it's like a tournament for me.
Yeah.
You got to go hard.
Yeah, exactly. I'm never letting someone come in and leave with the impression that they were surprised how well they did against me. I want them to feel the opposite, not where they feel bad, but like where they understand, like, okay, yeah, Jordan does know what he's talking about. And, when I get to know people more, say they're visiting for like a month or a couple of weeks or whatever, then I'll start like messing around more. But I feel like the past roles should show them that when I am messing around and if they happen to catch me, it's like that it should be obvious to them. But yeah, it's happened only like once or twice where it wasn't. But yeah, what can you do?
I got to start doing that. I gotta take your approach and just be like, listen, I'm going to play my A game, impress. And then if we roll again, then I can have some fun, but let him know what it's like. Just know if you're a guest and you drop into my gym, you are going to get buggy choked because I enjoy doing it. So